Hello and welcome to this first episode of a new series where we're going to focus on syllables and word stress. So the main focus of this series is both to raise your awareness of syllables within English words, and in this particular video we're going to practice stress patterns in words that have two syllables. So as the series progresses, we're going to work our way up to longer words, but today we're just thinking about stress patterns in two-syllable words. And a little bit of information about some symbols that you'll see. So to help us think about stress, we'll be using a full black dot to show the main stress, and then an unfilled dot, which is large, for the second stress, and other syllables will just be shown with this smaller unfilled dot. So you'll be able to see whether you need to make your syllables very strong, a little strong, or weak. So thinking about syllables then, we've got here the word pronunciation. And these marks show us several things. First of all, they show us that the word is divided into 5 discrete chunks, 5 syllables. Pr, nun, si, a, shun. They also give us a little bit of information about stress. So as you'll see, there's a mark at the top before a, before syllable 4, and above that syllable you see there's the filled black dot. That tells us that this is the strongest syllable. So the mark that's circled in blue before A, in the dictionary, if you see that kind of mark, it tells you the main stress is on the syllable that follows it. Now if you look at syllable 2, there's the unfilled black dot above it, which shows us that that is a secondary stress, and that small mark at the bottom before none is what you would see in the dictionary to give you that same piece of information. So there we have it. We've also got 3 unstressed syllables. So pronunciation. A needs to be the biggest. Pronunciation. There we go. So as I said, in this video we're thinking specifically about stress patterns in two-syllable words. So what we've got here is a small collection of words where our stress pattern falls that the main stress is on the first syllable. So they're two-syllable words and we want the first syllable to be a little stronger. So we're going to read through them together. I'll say the word and then I want you to repeat it out loud if you can. Obviously if you're in a place where you need to be quiet, probably best not to, but if you're feeling like you're ready to speak out loud, then go ahead, repeat after me. Better, bottle, brother, business, central. So with all of those words, we want that first syllable to just be a little bit stronger. So the other way around then, we've got a collection of words here where we want the second syllable to be stronger. Aware, between, control, collect, decide. Now it's worth noting that, as you can see in the phonemic script there on the right hand side, those weaker syllables at the beginning contain, in this selection of words, either the schwa or that short I vowel, which is also considered quite weak. When we look at the spelling of these words, we can see that aware begins with an A, between has an E in it, control has an O. So unfortunately the spelling of these words doesn't necessarily give us much of a clue, which is why it's always worth consulting a good dictionary. But the pronunciation, to keep it weak in those first syllables here, we're using a schwa or that I. So that's just worth noticing. Now, there is something else that occurs with a selection of words in English, and that is a stress change or a shift of the stress, depending on whether the word is a noun or a verb. I'm sure you're aware that there are lots of English words that can be a noun and they can also be a verb. The context of the sentence would help you to understand whether it's a noun or a verb, but if you are listening to a person speaking, the stress pattern will also give you a clue. So what I'm going to do is I'll read them across in rows, and I want you to try and repeat what you hear and really pay attention to the change in stress. So let's go. Repeat after me. Present, present. Record, record. Conflict, conflict. Object, object. Permit, permit. Good. So you may have also noticed something else is happening here. It's not just that we've moved the stress. Some of those vowel sounds have shifted slightly. And that happens, as I said previously, if we want to make something weak, we quite often use a schwa, or perhaps we'll use that I vowel. So that's just a small selection of the words where this occurs. You can find plenty more if you search online, but I just wanted to raise your awareness that sometimes it can be both. And if you're in doubt, check a good dictionary and just scroll down if you're online, because quite often if a word is both a noun and a verb, it will have multiple entries in an online dictionary. So it's definitely worth scrolling down the page just to double check. So if you found that useful, go ahead and hit like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with new videos. And of course, you can leave me a comment below if you've got any requests for future videos or any questions about word stress. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.